What's up guys, this is Dark Magician here and welcome to another KOF video. So guys, as you know, after the latest update we have received an unexpected boss, which is Alluring Mai. So yeah, nobody expected her, and you know, she appeared in a way that you should be VIP 1 to get a 3-star version of her, and of course the higher the VIP you will get more frags for her. Now this is good news for the VIP 1s and above, but again for the VIP 0s I just want to say that don't feel bad about it because of two reasons. One, she is kinda exclusive for female teams, and two, even if you couldn't get her now, but I can guarantee that there will be other ways where you can obtain her later on. So don't feel bad about it, and you know, hopefully we're on our way. We will be able to get API 15s in a better way, let's say, not only limited draws. So until then guys, so today's character introduction will be for Alluring Mai. Okay guys, so as you can see, Alluring Mai is an API 15 gank. Of course, if you look to the stats, you can see the mediocre or the average stats of a normal gank. Now the feature says Team Rage Engine. Now the thing is that because similar to the API 13 Mai, again the API 15 Mai can also recover rage for everybody, okay, in a fast way. She can recover rage fast herself and, you know, for the team to be specific. Now let's start with the fates first. We have the Shiranui, we need Alluring Mai, and Andy giving attack plus 25%. Top women's team, we need Alluring Mai, Geniko, and Elizabeth giving attack plus 25%. And we have the heroine, we need Alluring Mai, Mary, and Shermie giving HP 25%. So you can see guys, the fates are pretty easy, especially to the ones running female teams. That's another thing, like as a bonus for using her in a female team, because the fates are pretty easy if you have them all. Okay, and of course her weapon is the fire folding fan, and she uses beauty badge and scorching tome. Now going through her fight soul, the fight soul is called Burning Viper Soul. As you can see, it's a mixture of a snake soul, recovering rage by 40, and injury recovers certain extra rage, which is a tortoise soul. So it's a combo of a viper and or a snake and a tortoise soul in one. Now let's start with the skills first, and her passive, Dance of the Phoenix. So increase own rage recovery speed. When deployed, increase ultimate damage by 4% for each female fighter or on own side. Here some people actually got into the trick of it. She doesn't increase ultimate damage for the females depending on how many females are there, but she actually give it to herself. She increases ultimate damage for herself depending on the number of the females. For example, if you were using 6 females in your team, Mai herself will get an increase of ultimate damage by 24%. Okay, so just the translation isn't like 100% accurate, okay? So she gives ultimate damage for herself, okay, which lasts of course throughout the battle. All attack deal burning effect upon hitting the target, which causes 100% attack burning damage for 2 rounds, and the burning doesn't recover rage or doesn't induce rage recovery, which is a very nice feature, because one weakness for the API 13 Mai was that the burns or the fires that she does can get the target to increase rage. So this is actually a good thing. The target won't recover any rage from the burns. And if the target is a male, the small skill and ultimate will deal soul burning effect, which causes 100% attack burning damage, reducing 100 rage each round for 2 rounds. And again, the burning of course doesn't induce rage recovery, so it's a soul burning like the normal soul burning given by Nestskio, for example. She will do it if for a male, okay, which is pretty good. And each time she deals the ultimate, she increases her own attack and defense by 5%, which can stack up to 3 times. So it can reach up to 15% attack and defense. Okay, of course at level 1 she increases her own her own rage recovery speed by 20%, and this value goes higher. So this is why she can recover rage very fast. Okay, of course her second passive, Legend attack and HP enhancement, at level 1 it starts with 5% as usual. Her minor skill, Nocturnal Plover, attack a single target, damage increases by 40% for male fighters. Again, the translation is a bit misleading. Here they mean that she does 40% extra damage against male fighters. Rage or recover 100 rage for herself and a random female ally. 30% chance to tempt the male targets or confuse, like the confusion we've seen with Magaki and Elizabeth, so she can confuse male targets as well. Of course, making them unable to release small skill or ultimate within one round, and making them attack Alluring Mai, and they give Alluring Mai the buffs that they have. So she steals, let's say, the buffs that the opponent has, or the confused opponent has. And this cannot take effect upon taunted or confused targets. So let's say if the target is already confused by Magaki or Elizabeth, then she can't confuse him again. Okay, and increase on control free rate by 30%. This is in addition to all that. And finally, well, the ultimate, the Blossom Storm, increase on damage and resistance rate by 20% for 2 rounds, attack a column, 50% chance to tempt male targets or add confusion effect, making them unable, you know, we've just talked about the confusion effect itself. And she recovers rage for the back row fighters, okay? It starts with like that, but after you awaken the weapon, the effects are increased and she can recover rage for the whole team. Okay, so that was everything pretty much regarding Alluring Mai. Now the question is she a good fighter or not? Well, basically she is okay. I won't say that she's super good, but I can't say she's bad. Now what makes her good, now the thing is that from an API 15 we are starting to just expecting a lot of stuff from the API 15s in all terms. Now here we should just split it out. Like for example, for Mai, offensively speaking, like damage and control, she's great. She can do a lot of control and she can do a lot of damage. Trust me, we've all seen her in action in other versions. Well, that's the version we got from China, but we've seen her in action and she can do a lot of damage. So yeah, offensively she's good, but sadly defensively she can't really hold it that much. Sadly, she doesn't hold it that much. Because I mean, you can see the trend how it's going. Most of the API 15s either disappear or resurrect, or you know, they can just don't receive a fatal hit or anything. But sadly, that's what she's missing. If she had one of those effects, then she would be really good. Okay, again, she's okay, she's good. Specifically now, for which teams is she good for? I'm sure you can get it out. Definitely for female teams. She's kind of exclusive to female teams. Of course you can use her for other teams, let's say, but her major performance would be in female teams. You can use her anywhere else, but just make sure you have a few females aside her so she can just get some more buffs from them. Okay, now yeah, front or back, definitely, because I've stated how she's offensively good but defensively weak. Then even though she has a tortoise soul in her, but she can't really hold it at the front. It's better if you can put her at the back row. Just try to rely on her damage more than her defense. Okay, and yeah, well, finally, just going to her runes. Which runes would be good for her? So here, of course, you have a few options. Now typically, because I've mentioned you really rely on her damage more than her defense, then I would say you can choose either Wolf's Anger or Dragon Tiger. Now I have to be clear in something, guys. When I sometimes, let's say, recommend a rune set, it would be depending on the round where she usually makes an ultimate. Now for example, Mai doesn't make an ultimate on round 1 if you have higher priority, so I would recommend even round runes. But let's say that you know that you have low priority, for example, then it would be okay. She would let's say make an ultimate on round 1 because she might receive enough hits to do that. So then I would recommend using odd round runes for her. But that's up to you actually. You just have to manage which round she usually makes an ultimate in and try to adjust the rune set depending on that. But ideally I just give the rune set such that if you have high priority. Okay, so considering what I just said, I would suggest Dragon Tiger because, you know, it's an even round rune set. It would increase her attack, she would deal more damage. Of course it would be good for her. Now regarding, you know, God's Wrath or Killing Soul, not much, because if she was a DPS, then yeah, I would recommend God's Wrath, but increasing her crit a little bit would be okay, but it works better on a DPS. Aside from that, I would say actually if you want, you can just put Heart of Thorns as well. It actually works everywhere as a defensive rune set. If you want to boost her defense a little bit, she can recover HP from it, then it would be okay. Other than that, I don't think Boiling Blood is an option, but again, not the best option as always. You can just use anyone depending on if you want her to do more damage or if you want to try to protect her, let's say, as much as you can. So you have Boiling Blood, Heart of Thorns, and let's say Dragon Tiger. Those are the best, I would say. Okay, Dragon Tiger as the first place. Okay guys, again, that was my suggestion. Feel free to tell me about any other suggestions that you might have, and let me know, what do you think about Alluring Mai? Did you get her? Again, VIP zeros, don't feel bad. Hopefully there will be a way to get her later on. So yeah, just let me know about her guys in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.